All right. What's up? This is Courtney Rollins with the Life and Transitions Experts podcast, the host of the Life and Transition Experts podcast, and your senior transition specialist. I like to say that I help people with the property and the stuff when it comes to helping their seniors find the spaces that they need to find or utilize or utilize or unlock equity from property and from items and from things to help them pay for long-term care. You may also know that as you've seen this on this channel, I'm also focused on probate, on helping families when they're moving out, all those big life transitions. I try to provide as many opportunities for solutions as possible. And one of the things that I've grown to understand even more so is the need for support for our senior population. People are living longer and people are needing and requiring more care. It's an awesome, beautiful thing that we get to use the resources and get to be around folks who are living longer and it still causes strain on some of our social spaces that we have to address because we need to make sure that all people, particularly the senior population, are taken care of. So we're going to look at some things that you can do if you are in a situation where how I'm able to trade speed and convenience so that you can get the equity you need so that you can pay for either your mom's or your dad's or some loved one or your own care. So let's take a look. Gonna share my screen as I do so. Shout out to Canva with all their good stuff. So let me just present this large mode. Slow. On location at what do you mean won't let me present? Okay. I'm on location at Caribou Coffee. My fiance is a professor or works at UNC during on Monday, so I come out here instead of driving all the way back. That's why I'm on location. So, anyways, how we're able to sell the house quickly for cash to pay for parents' care. Again, here's some notes from the World Health Organization showing people living longer. More people are turning 65 every day and living longer. And again, it's a beautiful thing, and we need to make sure people are supported. Long-term care can be pretty expensive. This also comes from the World Health Organization. It is a national statistic of how much it costs per year for care at home. um, I don't necessarily like to use these statistics as much because, again, every place is different. What you're going to get at home in New York City is going to be very different than what you would get in some rural part of Oklahoma. So just note that still these are national averages, the cost of care. But regardless, you see the cost of care it can still be pretty expensive. It's very expensive regardless of where you are. In my humble opinion, it's pretty expensive. So selling someone that's a cash buyer that can trade speed and convenience. Here are about five things to think about. One is ensuring the financial security. So quite often, especially as a senior, if you do find that you have to move, there may be a challenge because time becomes an issue. I've heard horror stories of someone going into the hospital for a fall for an incident, the hospital deeming that they're not safe enough to go home by themselves, won't discharge them until they are in a facility or a community that's going to support them based on what the hospital adult protection services thinks. And so you find yourself within 48 hours having to find a place to move you into or move your loved one into so they can have that care. And that is a time crunch. And so knowing that a buyer is going to be able to buy your property and guarantee that you'll have that cash is very important, as opposed to the traditional route where if you go through listing it and you get a traditional buyer, they have to qualify for the loan. And it can be awesome if you have the time to do that if you're trying to get as much as possible. But we all know that those steps and that qualifying process can be tedious and take a long time and not as predictable. So financial security is a great um, benefit. Number two is simplifying the process. Most of my purchase agreements are on one page. And if you've seen, like, I'm in North Carolina, the standard North Carolina resident contract is like 30 pages of like, what's that? Gotta pay, sell my firstborn. What is it? What's going on here? It's a simple process when you're working with the cash buyer that is trusted, and that's what we need, or what someone may need when they already have the complications of being submitted or admitted into a new place. So simplifying the process is a great benefit if you're needing someone to sell quickly. Number three, tailor it to your solutions. We don't have a one size fit all. Most investors or most cash buyers won't have a one size fit all solution because every solution is different. I'm here to solve problems. That's the only way that I can actually justify receiving the property at a discounted price. There's no problem to solve, then I don't have any value to bring and to give you. So I have to be able to give it to you. And that's why at State Pro Service, we use the heart, head, and hands-on approach to listen deeply, then think and take action. So another benefit tailored to you. Also, North Carolina market, you have more as someone who's a vetted buyer. That's what they do. You'll be able to have someone who understands the market and be able to give you a fair market price for your property. And again, all of this culminates into hopefully it should culminate into peace of mind and convenience, which is invaluable, particularly when you're thinking about your life, your health, or the life and health of a loved one. So if you need any support with transitions for seniors, reach out to me. State Pro Service 919-341-1992. Would love to help you or your loved one get the needs uh, that they do need. And yeah, reach out to me. Love to chat with you. All right, this is Courtney Rollins with the State Pro Service, and I'm going to sign off like I always do, saying, "Let your light shine."